Deborah, this is a video of your 6th lesson after we come back from vacation. A restart. Let me draw a better back wall here. So, club's outside your hands, which is a good place for it to be, but it's a little shut. See how the club face is kind of, and we want just like this guy, when he takes it back, he's got the toe of the club up. You know, it's a long, drawn-out story, but with it shut like this, you're going to fight being across the line or too steep, because there's no forearm rotation. If you have forearm rotation, it'll be toe up like him. So you haven't really kicked the forearms in. It's hard to figure out how much to rotate the forearms, but if you just work on getting the toe of the club up early, like in this spot, then that's all you really need. Okay, so it comes up here. So yeah, it's a little steep, but you get it right. I mean, it's right on plane now. See that? That's really good. Really good. Flat wrist, good shoulder turn. And, you know, we get it in here, and just like Rita, we're kind of throwing the butt of the club at it. So at this position, you know, the second move is, see how this elbow is out, kind of at this angle. We want it more vertical, that forearm more vertical. See his angle?
Okay.
So we want it pointed at the ground, and that'll get the club out where it should be. But it's in a good spot now. It's just, yeah. And you see where you jetted this knee out? That knee, you really want it to collapse towards the other. It also looks like you lost the flex to that, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you got good flex to start. Yeah. So you're kind of, this knee kind of goes out, and this one's straightened, mm-hmm. And we want this knee to stay here, and it's called load up the right side. You know, that's all loaded up.
Right.
And then this thing kind of collapses. It doesn't shoot out, because when it shoots out like your hip pockets are going to come away from the back wall, and it'll look like this. So the right lower body movement would be here, and then we come through here, and when we go this way, that hip pocket stays against the back wall, like this. I'll show you. You're no doubt going to come away from the back wall because of that left knee. So get a toe up here, elbow a little more under the club, and then as you come down, let's see, we'll trace the butt of the club. It should go up a straight line and then down a straight line. That part looks pretty good. Watch what the butt of the club does. It flies out here. Rita's very similar. Out here. So you're throwing it at it. Yeah. Then you're a good athlete. Now you're going to try to stand up and keep the club behind you. This is a little... Didn't work. Club's out here, not as bad as hers. But
my butt's still against the wall.
Yeah. Let's see what happens when it comes through. Now you're not. So it's coming through here. You haven't. got lower body action, but you're still standing up through it. You come away a bit. But here's the problem. Watch what this guy does. So he takes the butt of the club up the red line and then down the red line. Which is going to be more consistent? You got the loop thing through here, or up and down. Yeah. So, see at this point, now watch how far your hands move, and watch, there's really no action in this lower body. So they're moving, moving. That knee still hasn't, now it's starting to move. The club's way out here. And you end up getting a chicken wing because you really haven't, instead of driving that left hip pocket back, it's kind of standing up like that. So you lose the spine angle. Now, so here it looks pretty good, but you got a knee here, and you kind of end up rotating around that, as opposed to here, all I have to do is this action, and I got that left hip pocket back there. It's like a dance step, but that's the only thing I'd refine is we'll work more at getting the club tracking up and down on the same line, and that left hip pocket back in impact. Let's look at the other dimension here. No surprises, but then it'll show you why we got into a chicken wing thing. And earlier on, you had your head feet turned. Now you're turning it towards the target, kind of the opposite way. Yeah, your eyes are. We really want it slanted this way. That's kind of the old thing. Now your head has to rotate in here, which it does nicely, but that's a lot of head movement. I mean, that's rotating really well. And look, remember that used to be a problem too? That's pretty solid there. And you kind of tipped over and see how that is. Because of a straight leg. If you keep a flex in that leg, then you can rotate and load that up, and look, I got my shoulders behind the ball. If you straighten it, when you straighten, this is you move down. It's kind of a stay back and slip. Because if you had a strong move now, you'd be by the ball. So that lower body hasn't kicked in yet. Specifically that knee. That should be the first thing that moves off that line. Hasn't moved. So you're about 6 clicks late with it. And then when you come through, that hip is kind of in the way, and then you end up with the chicken wing as you drive a truck through it. But we can't solve that because you throw it out here. Now, if you ended up clearing it all and releasing it, would go left and more left because you're out here. You got to tack it from the inside. Now you can clear everything and get to the non-chicken wing.
Well, I think that's.
So I'm not going to worry about this because you're coming from a weak area. You can only do that trying to save it. But having said that, look the way the right shoulder releases. This is really good. You've always had this. The right shoulder, bam, through there. I mean, that's athletic. Look at the lower body. Once it starts, it goes in the right direction. So you have a lot of good things going on. That's why you're hitting it okay. But we just have to refine the lower body action. You got it. That's really good action through there. And releasing the right side. So we just couple that with a stronger position down on a transition. And we got it.